Minnesota Vikings star running back Dalvin Cook reported for training camp because he kind of had to with the new CBA. But also, a lot of people are talking, what does this mean for his prospects for a long-term extension and staying in purple for the foreseeable future? I'm good at talking. Now, the whole talk of like, Dalvin wants McCaffrey money, $16 million per year. Vikings only offering Melvin Gordon money, $8 million per year. Now, when those reports came out weeks ago, when it first was reported by Schefter that Dalvin's thinking about holding out, doesn't that just sound like negotiating ploys? Just like when you ask for this, you'll settle for this, or you'll offer this and you'll settle for that. One of those spots, but just never really computed. But as we're hearing right now, the talks are ongoing, but they're in the ballpark, but nothing imminent. And there are a couple major hangups that could derail talks and could prompt Dalvin to play out 2020 on his final year of his rookie deal. And also, we speculated before that the Vikings could. All right, so they could walk away from negotiating table and then play the franchise tag game with Dalvin. So essentially, the Vikings would have to beat. All right, so say ballpark $10 million per year for a running back next year for the franchise tag, 20% raised, $12 million in 2022. So it would be, you have to be a 2-year, $22 million fully guaranteed deal, averaging $11 million per. That's the starting point, right? And also another starting point would be their Derrick Henry contract, which, like we said, 4-year, $50 million deal, $25.5 million guaranteed, $12.5 million per year. That basically ruined Dalvin's chances of getting a penny more, right? So we're talking about in that ballpark, but also if you're the Vikings, you just go to Dalvin and be like, so you're telling us that you want more than the reigning rushing champion, as well as a guy who basically single-handedly won 2 games for the Titans in the playoffs. Like, you want more than that. You want more than 12.5 per year. So, I mean, Derrick Henry, he saw the writing on the wall. He saw that the Titans were very much open to just playing the franchise tag game with him, and he settled for what he could get at this point. And I think Dalvin may have to a degree, because like we alluded to earlier. So we're hearing that there are 3 major hangups in negotiations. Number one, when is the amount guaranteed? So every single contract has a certain amount guaranteed. Now, it's not so much quibbling over the amount of the guarantee. I think that they're both in agreement of around the $25-26 million per range, like with Derrick Henry. But Dalvin obviously would want it more spread out, provides more long-term security. Vikings obviously want to front-loaded as they've done for a number of their extensions for in-house players, as well as there's been some talk about offset language. Like, if the Vikings do cut him, there's some guaranteed money left on the deal, or there's dead cap hits. Is that offset when Dalvin signs up with another team? Is it not? Is it this? Is it that? So hang-up number 2, of course, injury issues. So as part of the guarantees, if they put in a mechanism for, is it actual guarantee? Is it injury only guarantee? You've seen this legal jargon pop up with contracts before. And with Dalvin, I mean, let's be honest, we injuries are paramount in these negotiations, as well as Dalvin's side obviously wants as much guaranteed as possible in base salary. Team wants a couple incentives thrown in for per game bonuses, so they're actually healthy on the field. He gets that money as opposed to getting it all up front. And lastly, there's going to be salary cap structure. Now, you would think that both sides would be working together and be copacetic in this, because they're all in this together. And, I mean, Dalvin can only get the money if there is money there to be spent. Now, the 2021 cap could be flat, or it could even go down, according to some reports. So it's interesting what's going to happen there. Now, the Vikings would be smart. They do have a little bit of cap relief coming in Michael Pierce both this year and next year, since his contract holds, that if they want to bury as much of the extension, as much of the cap hit as possible in 2020, and then smooth it out, a small cap in 2021, then after next season, sort of pay as you go, team options, etc., that would make sense. But also, that's where the negotiations could get hung up. So, like we said, as we've heard, they're talking. Is something imminent? No, but still a lot of T's to cross, a lot of lowercase J's to dot as well. So, I do think that something could and should get done. I do think Dalvin, given his last season last year, has earned a little bit of security. He's certainly worth more than the 1.3, 1.4 that he's getting on the final year of his rookie deal this year. But also, I understand the hangups. You do worry about long-term health. You do worry about the salary cap. You do worry about giving big-time contracts to running backs, even though Spielman's done it before. All right, and Spielman has talked about glowingly about Dalvin Cook. Zimmer obviously loves the kid, is going to make him a team captain as well. And also, to Dalvin's credit, he has not played the contract negotiating game. He's let his agent do that, which all players actually should. Like, Dalvin has never said a bad word about the team, said anything passive aggressive in the media, as we've seen some Vikings players do during contract negotiations, or he's never said anything bad about the front office, or frankly, he hasn't even talked about it. Like, Dalvin stayed radio silent on this thing the entire time, which I think is good. I think is going to help his case here. So we'll see. Like we said, no news is good news. So with Dalvin reporting for the last couple of days at training camp, and the fact that there hasn't been any leaks coming out about the current state of negotiations means that things are going relatively well. So we'll see. Your thoughts. Dalvin, Vikings extension. Let us know in the comment section below. You know what to do. Skull, production value.